this a single individual responsible for the deaths of over 10% of the world's population, reducing countless civilizations to dust. Yet, paradoxically, he's also hailed as a visionary pioneer, who forged the largest contiguous empire in human history, opening unprecedented gateways for East-West cultural exchange. How can one man inspire such fiercely opposing views? We're plunging headfirst into the very heart of the debate surrounding one of history's most polarizing figures, Genghis Khan. Where you stand? It's the 13th century, the vast, unforgiving Mongolian steppes. A man named Temujin emerges. His early life was a crucible of hardship, forged in the relentless cycle of tribal feuds and betrayals. He lost his father, was abandoned by his own people, and even endured the indignity of slavery. How, from such a desperate, almost unimaginable beginning, did he manage to unite the fractured Mongol tribes, and lay the foundations of an empire that would shake the very pillars of Eurasia? Was his leadership born purely from brute force, or was there a profound, almost prophetic insight guiding his every move? After unifying the Mongol tribes, Genghis Khan turned his gaze outwards, towards a world ripe for conquest. His armies, like an unstoppable tide, swept across vast swaths of territory, from East Asia, through Central Asia, and deep into Eastern Europe. The Mongol Empire became the largest land empire history has ever witnessed. But how did these nomadic warriors, a relatively small contingent, manage to repeatedly dismantle the most formidable, settled civilizations of their era? The secret lay in their unique military machine. The Mongol army was built around highly mobile cavalry, organized with a decimal system that allowed for incredibly efficient command structures and fluid tactical maneuvers. These warriors, hardened by relentless training and constant combat, demonstrated unparalleled prowess, even in the most extreme conditions. Crucially, Genghis Khan wasn't just a battlefield genius. He was a shrewd pragmatist. He actively integrated engineers from conquered peoples to develop advanced siege weaponry and mastered the art of intelligence gathering. His forces weren't just fighting fit. They pioneered revolutionary intelligence and psychological warfare for their time. All these elements synergized spectacularly under Genghis Khan's command. Now, let's explore the compelling arguments put forth by those who champion Genghis Khan as a hero. They commend his exceptional military strategy and his genius for organization. He wasn't simply a conqueror, he was a lawgiver. He established the stringent legal code known as Yasa, which brought order to his sprawling empire. And he built an astonishingly efficient state system by promoting individuals based purely on merit. Can you wrap your head around the fact that he elevated talent, regardless of birth or social standing? This was a radical, almost unthinkable approach in the feudal societies of his day. Without this system, the empire likely would have imploded. Even more significantly, Genghis Khan shattered the isolation between East and West, effectively revitalizing the Silk Road and ushering in an unprecedented era of trade, cultural exchange, and technological transfer. He actively protected merchants and established the renowned Yam postal relay system, opening a golden age of intercontinental connectivity. Chinese gunpowder technology found its way to the Islamic world, and Europe and Western astronomical knowledge flowed eastward, all thanks to the Mongol Imperium. Many historians now argue that the Mongol Empire orchestrated humanity's first true globalization. How do you reconcile this profound, albeit paradoxical, contribution to world communication? Some even contend that without his influence, human history might have remained far more fragmented and isolated, while the tragic spread of the Black Death was a consequence. It's hard to deny the profound impact this vast network had on human civilization. However, it's time to confront the chilling, darker side of Genghis Khan. Those who condemn him as a mass murderer point to his campaigns of conquest, which were unequivocally steeped in unimaginable brutality. Was the infamous saying, "Where the Mongol army passed, not even grass grew," truly an exaggeration? Countless cities were obliterated, populations decimated, and invaluable cultural heritage vanished into thin air. Great urban centers like Samarkand, the capital of the Khwarezmian Empire, and even Baghdad, were, quite literally, razed to the ground by Mongol forces. Records chillingly recount entire city populations being massacred, with blood flowing like rivers. Scholars estimate that Genghis Khan's conquests led to the deaths of at least tens of millions, and potentially up to 100 million people. This staggering figure represents a substantial of the global population at the time. The Mongol invasions irrevocably reshaped the demographic and cultural landscapes of Central Asia and the Middle East. Environmentally, the rampant deforestation in conquered territories was severe, and some analyses even propose that his campaigns contributed to global climate change. Can his achievements truly justify this ocean of blood and widespread devastation? For the peoples who endured the Mongol onslaught, Genghis Khan was nothing less than a demonic force. Can the title of hero, a contributor to human progress, truly overshadow such monumental suffering? And here lies yet another crucial point of contention. After Genghis Khan's death, the Mongol Empire was divided among his descendants, splintering into various khanates. While centralized control diminished, the Mongol influence, paradoxically broadened. Was Genghis Khan's true legacy the vast territories his empire encompassed, or the foundational systems and enduring spirit he instilled? Even after his passing, Mongol conquests continued, and some historians suggest these continued expansions indirectly influenced the European Renaissance, albeit in complex ways. So, how, then, should we truly evaluate Genghis Khan? He remains a figure of profound duality, a revered father to the Mongol nation, yet simultaneously a living nightmare for the conquered lands. Perceptions of his actions diverge wildly, shaped by historical perspectives and cultural backgrounds. While revered as a national icon in Mongolia, he remains a symbol of mass slaughter for many of the peoples he subjugated. What does this stark, almost irreconcilable division in judgment tell us? Is it truly fair or accurate to apply a simplistic, good versus evil, binary to such towering figures of history? Can we judge history purely through the lens of contemporary morality? Or must we strive to understand it within its own intricate historical context? Genghis Khan was undeniably brutal. But where do we find the balance between the inherent savagery of warfare in his era, and his undeniably revolutionary leadership? Is it truly appropriate to categorize historical figures as either heroes or villains, or should we strive to embrace the full spectrum of their complex, often contradictory legacies? So, how do you evaluate Genghis Khan? Do you believe his accomplishments ultimately overshadow all the brutality? Or do you think his ruthlessness makes any achievement unforgivable? Or perhaps, can his merits and demerits be separated and judged independently? Or must we view him strictly within the limitations of his own time? Share your fierce opinions and the evidence that shapes them in the comments below. There's no single, universally accepted answer to this profound question, but through your vibrant discussion, we can all gain a deeper understanding of history and unlock invaluable insights. Historical mysteries ignite our imagination and offer profound insights into understanding the present through the past. Next time, can you believe it, we'll return with more astonishing historical truths and debates to satisfy your intellectual curiosity. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell. Thank you.